Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bad Ass Us. That's right, that's who we are. Bad Ass Us here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions. And tonight, as always, we have another good one for you. It's all about the young professionals. I cannot wait to have this conversation. Yes, we having a talk with the young professional. Who are we? Badass us. We are women, beautiful, accomplished, and divine. Our gentlemen are brothers, accomplished, and determined. Yes, as society see us, we must still change the narrative. Yes, that's right. That's who we are. Badass us. Here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions. We be right back at you. See you on the other side.
It is key that you mind your mental health.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing this week?
Hi.
Use the 5 keys to mental
Well, this week
movement.
has been a really monumental week for me. I realized that I was not being myself.
Reaching out.
Be positive attitude person self, like you guys know me to be. I was
Staying
listening to
upbeat.
teaching and give back to that happy, cheery self you guys of me.
This week's been kind of
Being
stressful
creative.
all of the workload that we have on online learning. So I've been trying to use different platforms and different websites to help ease my mind and ease my stress.
And what about you, Marjorie?
Well, you guys know me. I just love to work with others and serve them.
Serving others.
Realize that when I serve others, my mind is off of myself.
That's right. And don't forget, self-care is key.
Self-care.
All right. So see you guys next week.
Right.
Bye.
Your mind matters.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Badass Us. That's right. That's who we are. Badass Us here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions. And it is time for me to introduce my lovely co-host, Marjorie Militant. How are you, Marjorie?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay today.
Oh, you're doing great
Yeah.
today. Yes, you look all pretty, and
Thank you.
in your pink. I like this color. This color is doing something for me.
Thank you.
Even though it's cold outside, it's just like sunshine moments with you. And Marjorie, yes, we have two lovely hosts today. Today is all about the young professionals. So we're gonna jump right on into
I'm
it.
excited about that.
Yes, I am too. So I'm telling you, tune in. I hope everybody is tuning in because we got some good stuff to talk about with our young professional. Because you know what, it is their time. It's just this is their moment. This is their world, and we just better get adjusted and get used to it. But also, they better get adjusted and get used to us too. So
That's
we're gonna
right.
see how we can blend this thing. All right. So we have professional Sean Hicks with us. Hi, Sean.
How you doing? How y'all doing?
And then we had Natia,
No,
Netta,
Netta.
Netta Meekins. I knew I was gonna mess her first name up. Hey, Netta, how are you? Yes, you doing good? Yes. So we got our young professionals here,
Yes.
and y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna start out with you, Sean. Just just take a a quick elevate. Let me hear your elevated pitch. Because I know you got it. Give it to me. 30 seconds. Here you go. Who is Sean?
So I'm the CEO and founder of Black Triangle Productions LLC. We are an arts and entertainment company basically around like music production, photography, DJing, hosting events. Myself, I'm an artist, so I'm like kind of the face of the whole organization, everything like that. So I just got to put that out there as well. But I've just been doing this type of stuff for ever since I was born, really. So really, just to be able to have its own business and just have it like push it out there has really been one of my dreams.
Oh,
Honestly.
yes. I
Very
love it.
nice.
So you are Sean, better known as.
Shay TR.
Okay,
Shay
see, I
TR.
was trying to
TR.
get to it
Yeah.
because look, we always have these discussions off the mic. Okay, can I be Shay T? I was like, I'm gonna let you bring it in, and then you talked about everything but that. So,
I know, yeah.
so what is your stage name again?
So
Tell
my
us.
stage name is Shay TR. As Shay, the TR stands for the realest. So yeah.
Actually, give us the meaning behind the name?
Yeah, so actually I got it from my dad because my dad has a saying, it's be yourself. So I kind of just took that and kind of ran with it a little bit because I feel like, the best thing you
so
can do.
it's Shay TR,
Yeah, Shay TR,
and the TR stand for what again?
the realest.
The realist. I like, and so I know your shirt, and I like that.
Yeah, this is
that's
the
very
Black
nice.
Triangle Production shirt.
Yes.
The first one made.
Oh, that's the first
okay.
one. Okay, where mine's at?
Oh, we definitely get you. We can get your.
Yeah,
for
see,
sure.
I cut mines up and bling it on out.
Oh,
now.
yeah,
I
I
can't just
understand.
wear no regular T-shirt.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I'm letting you know
definitely
now. By the time you see it again,
It'll be a different shirt.
yes, you're gonna be like,
Maybe you
oh,
give me some new ideas.
yeah,
for
the
sure.
other say, you gonna be like, oh, we need to take a picture of OG right here because OG is killing it. Okay,
OG.
I'm be killing the game. Yes, as a auntie, as y'all want to call me now, auntie. I love it too. I have no problem being auntie, okay, because I earned it. So ain't that right, Marjorie? When you get to our age,
That's
I
right.
look forward to people call me Miss and auntie. So I
Yeah.
earned it. So all us OGs or aunties or uncles out there, embrace it. Okay, that's what the generation is here for. We got to embrace where they are, and we got to embrace each other. So now let me just get back over here to Nada. So can you take a moment to give us your elevator speech? Introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Netta. I also go by Sophia as well. That's my stage name, if you want to call me.
Okay,
Sophia.
Sophia.
All right.
Easy to remember.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Sophia, you look like a
Yeah, I was
Sophia.
gonna- I was just
You
getting ready to
can
say
say
that.
that, Marjorie.
She looks more like a Sophia than a Netta.
Yes.
That's true.
Well, either or works.
All right, Miss Sophia. What you want us to know about you?
I don't know. So as far as Black Triangle goes, I am the marketing and PR management.
Okay.
And I also do like database stuff. So I'm more behind the scenes. You guys probably won't see me as much, but I'm here.
Okay, yeah, but
Okay.
you know what? To be honest, the one that works behind the scene is the one that working the hardest. Okay,
Right.
so
Making things
so
move.
let's just keep it real. So that's why every moment I get, I always like to thank my team, like the engineer team
Right.
back there that's making it happen tonight. Marjorie, because we have the magazine part to this as well. They be writing and editing and just hey, they make vision and purpose look good. So I'm always taking the time to say thank you to my behind the scene people. So and as we go into this young professional, this has really been my dream, Marjorie. I keep saying
Yeah,
I
you've
want,
been talking about this for a while.
I want a young professional to have a show here, put it on the platform, and also have a young professional to write in a magazine. So maybe we can get this part first, having on the platform. So yeah, so let's get into it, guys. The young professional, this is your world, like I say, and I love to embrace that, because for me, Marjorie, for myself personally, I love to keep youth up under me, because I always do that because I remember when I was a youth and needed my first chance, and I'm always was, hanging up under the maturity, the experienced one, learning all I could, so I just said whenever I get to that point, and as I'm still growing, because even though I have the experience, I'm still growing. Always know it's still room for growth. So as I'm still growing and having the experience and wisdom now, I want to be able to pass the baton
Right.
and give it back
Right.
and just reach back and help back. And so having our young professional here tonight, I'm just so excited. Yeah. So what you say about that?
I was going to say one of the things you also said when we had our meeting on Sunday was that we are also learning from them.
Yes.
So even though we get to teach or to model, it's
Yes.
also nice to hear what you all have to say. And especially this generation, you all are really, vibrant and exciting. So we're
Yes. And
excited to hear what you have to say too.
and so advanced,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
when I was a youth coming up, you used to always hear our parents and and the elders that around that generation always say, "Oh, y'all so much advanced than we are," and we thought nothing of it because this is just our life, this who we are. But
Right.
now that I'm here. I am saying that this generation now is so much advanced because of all the technology and all the different things that is at our disposal now. It's just like, wow, because you're right. On Sunday, I was just so impressed. We had a networking meeting here on Sunday, and I was so impressed, Marjorie, with how they was just, giving positive feedback. And matter of fact, they was on top of them questions, faster than we was. They was answering them questions. Exactly. I was like, okay, and was on point with it too, I must say. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead on and start off, Sean, with you and just ask you, so what does today young professional look like? So tell me about a young professional. What do that look like to you?
I say, really, a young professional nowadays it looks like a lot of things. It's just everything is just changed. So there's no real like norm to it no more. It's just like you can just be, I would just say be yourself, and in your own way, and then it'll be you can be special in your own way and be professional too. Like put it in the same. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. I guess when we were growing up, I think what I hear you saying is that there was a cookie cutter young professional.
Yeah.
You got to wear a suit. You got to wear a tie.
Exactly.
You got to wear a dress with some stockings.
Yes.
But because people have so many different avenues that they're following, you want to be like your moniker is. You want to be the realist.
Exactly.
So you got to follow behind what you're really representing.
Exactly.
Oh, definitely. And, and that's what I'm saying. They, you all totally done came in and changed the game, of what young professionals is now, because especially, now it is being more accepted having dreads in your hair, being able to wear the dreadlocks, because we talked about that, because Marjorie, you can probably even remember the time that, they would discriminate against us if we had our natural hair. So, so because natural hair is so prominent now and so in, even with the men, y'all spend more time in the salon than we are, and it's good to see that we embracing, our culture and not being discriminated as where we still do get it, but
standing
yes,
for it.
Yeah, exactly as much. Yeah. So I'm just Netta. So just tell me, what do a young professional look like, in your eyes?
I feel like it's a mindset, in my opinion. It's not really like how you look on the outside. It's more about what you do and just internally, like who you are as a person, where you're going, having goals, having somewhere that you want to be, I feel like that's, in my opinion, that's professional to me. It's not always about how you look on the outside.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Right. And that's just it. And that's why I say young professionals, changing the game in the workforce. Let's talk about that, because it looks different now. The workforce look different, and especially COVID even took it to a whole nother level, because we working from home now. We teleworking. So, so it's just opened a whole new door of what you can do. The technology part, y'all so savvy with that. So, so you make it look different. Zoom probably never thought that they'd see this much action on their thing. So now, you all started making sure you got the backdrop. Cause see, I was old fashioned when I first got on Zoom. I made mine up. I put balloons in my little backdrop and all that. I was like, oh, I didn't know you could just put a little. I was like, okay. So so it's changing the game and looking different. But and still want to just say, as much as we embracing and accepting that the young professional are changing the games, it's still times that we have to be traditionals. You know what I'm saying? So just still knowing, being yourself, but being like Sunday, being able to hold your ground, know how to have that conversation when you are in that professional setting. Even like last night, we went to a networking setting, and yes, that is a time. So sometimes you can't always wear your jeans and tennis shoes. You do have to put it on the look as well. You got to know when to switch it up, when not to. But the realness is still coming from you and your purpose that you serve.
And I think that's what the young people are representing, that they're smart enough and savvy enough to know when to switch up whatever they are wearing or how they're presenting themselves.
Yes.
Whereas in different settings, you can be who you are.
So, and let me ask you, Nata, you was able to go to this big networking group last night, you know, at the National Harbor at the MGM Grand. Was that your first time being at a big conference or networking conference in that style, the sense?
Definitely in that style.
Yes, yes.
Definitely.
And so, but very impressive, much as it was a lot of professional, experienced people there, you had a lot of young professionals there.
Yeah.
And like, council member Edward Barrows was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then what was the name of that company? I think it was Black Excellence or something like that. That they was helping new businesses get up off the ground. That was a real young guy that came up and spoke as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, so what did you think seeing the young professionals there last night? How did that make you feel that they was also a part of the presentation in the room? And as Edward Barrow said, it's 11 people who sit on the county council, 9 districts and 2 at large, and he is the youngest.
Right.
So how did that make you feel being in the room last night?
It's inspirational, honestly. It gives you something to look forward to. It helps you with your goals. Maybe that's something that you maybe want to do when you're more experienced with it. A lot of people are shy at first, but when you get more experience and you see people do it in person, it's motivating. It's inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Motivating.
It really was, because I'm telling you, look, Auntie was so excited. I was like, what was your experience like, Sean? Was that your first time as well?
Yeah, in that sense, yes. I've also been to a lot of them that have been like, job fairs and stuff like that back when I was younger. But I like this a lot. It gave me inspiration. Just seeing somebody up there that's like around our age gave me like hope as well. And I did. I liked it when I went there. I appreciated it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I was going to say too. When I used to go to the networking group, I was so shy, believe it or not. I know people don't believe I was shy, and, much as I talk now. Yes, I used to be shy, so I just remember my palms are sweating and everything. I used to be so shy, but every time I saw someone that was professional and round in my age group, it made me, like you say, I was like, wow. It just really just send that light bulb off, like, okay, then what I'm thinking and what I want to accomplish is possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Because look at this person, look at what they doing. So it really does, what you think, Marjorie? It really does, help give you hope. I like that word that you said. Yeah, it does give you hope. It's inspiring, inspiration, motivating, all these great things, it's this is your time.
And I guess I just feel like the more you do it, the better you feel.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
oh yes. The more you do it, the better the nerves are. But believe it or not, I'm always still nervous. I had one of my best coaches that told me, that was my mentor at the time, was saying, when the nerves gone, then you need to check yourself. Then when you get too cocky.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, I'm always excited, anxious, and a little nervous every time before I go on air, every time before I go into a big event, every time before I speak, and it actually, like he said, it actually keep you humble.
Mm-hmm.
Nerves keep you humble.
That makes sense because, in everything that you do, you're learning.
Yes, yes. And, I definitely want to dab into real quick, mentioning that what are some of the struggles, I just want to know, what are some of the struggles when building a career for yourself? Well, what have been a struggle that you think that now that you have the attention, what do we need to know about the young professional and their struggles?
I feel like one of the biggest things that you gotta understand is that you're gonna have to find a way to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because you really that's just one of the things that I feel like is huge, because if you're comfortable, then you get complacent. And so I feel like you just really have to be out there doing different things that you haven't done before, because that's the only way you're going to make something, different. You're going to do different things. And so that's what I feel like is the biggest to me.
That's when you'll have a breakthrough.
Exactly.
Yes. And what is some of the biggest struggle you face building your career?
I would say knowing your full potential. I feel like that is a a struggle at the beginning, but once you get to the point where you know what you're capable of, you can see someone doing it, and mentors. You have a mentor that's guiding you. I feel like um, once you get there, of course, that's better. But at the beginning, it's just unlocking your full potential. I feel like that's kind of a struggle that we have nowadays.
Yeah.
I guess as you are going through those struggles, what you can look at and appreciate, like you said, it's going to be good when you get where you want to be. But you're gathering tools so that you can help those around you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And and definitely I just like want to go and mention about mentor. It's always I just always just want to just be able to just grab the knowledge of the wise ones, and the wise ones can not always be the as we look at as elders. Like I said on Sunday, I'm learning from you all. So this is really great. But who is some of your mentors that you look up to?
Definitely some of my mentors are my parents, for sure.
Yes, your biggest cheerleaders.
Man,
Okay.
without them, I would not be who I am today. I would not be here. So they are
Such a
definitely
blessing.
some of my biggest mentors, and I thank God for them at the end of the day, honestly.
Yes. Oh, look, I know somebody at home. I ain't gonna say no names, but the dish is Patricia. I know somebody sitting at home with this big old cheese on came across their face. Yes. And what about you, Nada?
Definitely family, of course. But I think a lot of what I know now I got from reading. I'm a reader a little bit, or audiobooks. That's another big technology. But I think I learned a lot from just being to myself and reading and getting to know different authors and where they came from. And I'm not a networking type of person. I'm more behind the scenes, like I said. But I would like to get to the point where I can be out.
Yeah.
Meet people, network.
And you're doing it, So as we go into our first commercial break, I just want to say, and you will do that because you will find even you need mentors in your business career, because your first mentor that they do is start at home with your parents, and then as you grow in life, you're gonna look up to others, as well. And I know for me, building my career, I have so many ones that I look up to that I was like, okay, I need to model myself, under their pattern, and that's sometimes we don't recreate the wheel when it's already, don't try to create a new wheel when it's already out there for yourself. So this is great. The young professionals are here with us, Marjorie. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, and they are just really just taking the flow of the show.
Bringing the answers.
Bringing the answers. I like that, Marjorie. Yes, stay tuned. We'll be right back at you. Here we are, Baad Ass Us, here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions. We'll be right back at you.
It is key that you mind your mental health.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing this week?
Hi.
Use the 5 keys to mental
Well, this week
movement.
has been a really monumental week for me. I realized that I was not being myself.
Reaching out.
Be positive attitude person self, like you guys know me to be. I was
Staying
listening to the
upbeat.
teaching and get back to that happy, cheery self, you guys, of me.
This week's been kind of
Being
stressful
creative.
because of all of the workload that we have on online learning. So I've been trying to use different platforms and different websites to help ease my mind and ease my stress.
And what about you, Marjorie?
Well, you guys know me. I just love to work with others and serve them.
Serving others.
Is that when I serve others, my mind is off of myself.
That's right. And don't forget, self-care is key.
Self-care.
All right. So see you guys next week.
Right.
Bye.
Your mind matters.
We are back. Here we are, Vision of Purpose, Baad Ass Us. We are right back with you. We always having fun on commercial break. We all get to talking and talking. They like, hello, okay, 10, 4, 2, 1, back at you. Like, okay. So we just say how, when it's entertaining, you're having fun on the subject matter, how time just fly.
Right.
It go by so fast. And Marjorie, we are here today talking with the young professionals, just learning some things and being inspired about their growth, where they are, It's all the great things we got in common, the great things we can learn from each other, and just being honest. I love the fact that you all are giving us your true, authentic selves. And that's if nothing else, that's something. I don't care what generation we in, would never change. Always be your true, authentic self.
Absolutely.
Whenever in doubt, be your true, authentic self. And just even prime example, I happened this gentleman, out getting a job. He's in need of a job, and he went on a couple of interviews, getting them there, coaching them through it, and he missed one. And they called like Karen, he didn't show up, he didn't come, I said, no, this don't even sound like him. No. Let me just reach out and see what's going on. So when I reached out to him, I said, what happened? They said you didn't call, you didn't show up, and it just didn't sound like you. He was like, no, I sent a message saying that I wasn't going to be able to make it, and so then when he went back to his email, he sent it to the wrong person. So, but it was addressed to the right person. He had Miss James. Mrs. James, unfortunately, this is last minute notice. I'm not able to attend today. Can we reschedule for another time? But he sent it to the wrong person. I said, you know what? The only thing we can do is do what? Tell the truth.
Exactly.
Be your authentic self and tell the truth. Hey, second
Made a
chances.
mistake.
Yeah, second chances is always better when you tell the truth. So what he did, I say, and send an email to show that you did, so that way just they'll see all the information that you did for, if you forward the email, and it did. It worked, and they asked them to reapply again.
Oh, that's
So
that's nice.
when you be your true, authentic self,
That always works.
even in a time of a crunch time, be truthful. Just be your authentic self. And sometimes, what? People can see that in you and willing to give you a second chance.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah.
And you know what it reminds me of too is that when you were talking about him telling the adult person, not that he's maybe an adult also,
Yeah.
but the older person,
Yeah.
what happened. That's a good thing too. When this generation is not afraid to speak to older adults, tell them what they need, or just speak to them as if they're adults too. You have to be respectful, but we also have to be respectful of you all. But
Yes.
having a conversation always goes a long way.
Yes, and it does. And I think, again, for me, let's talk about that, how we began to start to bridge the gap between the generations. And I think that's what it is. We, as the experienced one, need to know to reach back and always be there for the ones who's coming and paving the way of making a mark now, and not sometimes, and I know we can get so set in our ways to the point that we like, oh, you ain't paid your dues yet. Oh, you don't know nothing about no hard work yet. Oh, but how would they ever know if we keep saying that and never show them and give them the opportunity and chance, because they may just surprise you and you learn a thing or two, because I know I have been.
Right.
So yeah, with that being said, what do you think, how can we bridge that gap?
That's a good question, honestly. I don't necessarily have an immediate answer, but you gotta
For the
try.
authentic self. I like that.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah, it's like, don't care,
I don't have a real answer yet.
I like that. I don't have that immediately answered yet. I like that. Yeah. So, and that's just being real and honest. So, Nada, what you think?
I think communicating more and being around older people, and maybe the older people being around the younger people as well.
Yes.
Communicating and like you
Yeah,
said,
absolutely.
telling somebody what you need, expressing how you feel, what you need, what you want. I think that's a good way to start at least.
Yeah.
Like
And
now.
And another
Mhm.
thing,
Doing right
Exactly.
Yeah.
and another thing that Netta said earlier was she likes to read and listen to audiobooks. This generation is learning. They're not just half stepping. It's not like you're just coming in the room and you have no knowledge. You're coming in with
Yeah.
knowledge. So we have to respect that.
Right, yes. And I know definitely the engineer team, Anthony, every time I say, Anthony, well, how you do this? And if Anthony don't know, like he don't have that immediate answer for me, guess what he do? He
Google,
Googling that thing.
YouTube.
Miss Karen, it say, if we do this, this and that right here. I said, well, then you want it? He ain't scared to try it either. Because, see, me, I can still Google it and it tell me to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm scared to do it. But Anthony, see, the young people, they'll Google it, go ahead on and try it out. Okay, it say do this, do this. Okay, boom, it pop right up. Right. So, you know, so,
YouTube
yeah,
University. I was saying YouTube University.
Yeah. You hear that, Anthony? What about that, Jaden? You believe in that? They back there like giving a thumbs up. That's what I like. See, and so do you think it's possible that we can start this and letting you all have your own topics and conversation, just hearing the voice of the young professionals? Would
Absolutely.
y'all like that?
Yeah, that would be great. Honestly, that would be great.
Okay, and so because I know Jaden, you know, our engineer in the back, that's his background is communication, journalism, and communication. He always wanted his own talk show. So Jaden, I'm putting you on the spot back there. So you ready? So he's looking like, yeah, I'm ready. So yeah, so another thing, knowing the importance of networking. Let's talk about that because I'm going to come to you first this time because you said you're behind the scene kind of person, so this networking thing is all new to you, but you do know you still need it as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So why do you feel that networking is important, and what is the benefit that you can get from networking?
You never know who you're going to meet. You never know. It could be someone, even if they don't have what you're looking for, they may know someone who has what you're looking for. And I feel like communicating is going to create a bridge in the gap, like you mentioned. I just think it's good to be out there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's good to build your connections.
Yes, it really is.
Exactly.
Yes, and somebody was networking and taking advantage of it last night. You want to share what happened last night?
Yeah, so last night the councilman was there. What's his name? Edward Burrows.
Yes.
And so we want to take the opportunity to, get in touch with him and invite him out to, I can say it now because it's all set in stone. So
I was wondering when you're going to get to it.
Yeah, so it's all set in stone now. So January 28th is the official launch for Black Triangle Productions, the studio in-house. So we was trying to get in contact with him and have him come and cut the ribbon for us to make everything official and everything like that. So it feels good saying that finally because that's been a long
so
process.
I was wondering, look, I thought that was going to be in your elevated speech when I said take the flow.
It's because I had to keep it behind, keep it all cool for a while.
So let me tell you. So I'm going to go ahead on and finish the story, okay? so I'm going to be Miss Wanda for y'all. Okay, so here it is. Let me give it to you. So we was at the networking event, okay, right? And we had so much fun, and I like the fact that they didn't stay up under me. They walked in the door and branched out. Yes, and branched out on their own, because pretty much I didn't want to tell them I was going to know a lot of people there. So I said, let me just see what they're going to do. So Sean came over. Miss Karen, we went up to the councilman and we asked him to come to our grand opening, and he said he would. I said, Edward Barrows? He said, yeah. I said, okay, well, come on, let's go back over here. He said, no, we already talked to him. I said, no, let's go back over here, because, see, I wanted him to know that these young people are with me.
Right.
So I said, Edward, I said, hey. And then he said, oh, I just talked to them. He said, they didn't tell me they knew you.
But that's okay, too, though.
Yeah, and that's great. I said, and see, they want to make their own mark, So I said, so yeah, if I would love for you to come out, because I call him, my little brother, because during his campaign trails, I always supported him, and he support everything that I do outreach wise. So we really know each other he does a lot of outreach. He's out there in the community. So then I was like, okay, well, take a picture with them. So he said, okay, but let me tell you about Mr. Cool over here. So he's like, okay. So I got the phone to take the picture. So he stood there. He said, oh, wait a minute. So he had to take his jacket off because he wanted to.
I gotta get this for sure. I gotta make sure our brand is staying right.
He put that marketing and branding to quick, Marjorie. He went there. I was like, yes, yes.
Netta said absolutely.
Yes, didn't he, Netta? Yes. Yeah, look, he was like, look, they all posed in. This is a council member now. And he sitting up there like, stop, wait, hold up, wait a minute.
Like, give me one moment real quick.
Yeah, so I I was like, all right. So, and Edward just stood there looking. So, and they did. They got a chance to work the room. And it really felt great that they didn't just stand by and wait on me, that they took advantage of going around and talking to people for themselves. So, and that leads us right to the next one, Marjorie, knowing the importance of networking, because networking help you do what? It helps you build relationships. So it's important that you build these relationships. So the way to build relationship is when you say something at these networking group, you got to follow up immediately or you're going to be erased. You're going to be yesterday's news, and I would just say, for me, when I was young out here doing the network, as soon as I connect to somebody and I was able to get their ear, I'm immediately sending them an email. I don't care if we don't get home from the event to 10, 11 o'clock that night. I'm going to stay up and send that email off and just say, it was great meeting you. Here's the information. I hope you can make it out. So I know that email going out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Margie, might be in the middle of it right now, just like,
make sure you... And don't forget to mention my name now. Go ahead on and throw it back up in there.
Oh, yeah, we got you.
Yes. So, Marjorie, how has building relationship worked out for you? What's the importance that you can share?
Well, I think that it allows people to get to know who you are, being your authentic self, being the realist. That's true. And I think that's important, because if you're really about what you're representing, people will notice that.
Yes.
And they'll know who you are.
Yes. And that is true. And, I tell you, Netta, for you to say you behind the scenes, I was very impressed. I'm going to tell you, this girl came dressed to impress last night, too. Okay, yeah. So I really love to look. She just kept it, nice, chic, and, and just clean and professional. Because, sometimes, we can sometimes still overdo it. We can go too far in. The heels was perfect, because I still had this thing that sometimes we wear our party shoes.
Right. It's not a party.
We as women, we can wear our party shoes, and then we as men can wear tennis shoes all the time. So we got to know when, so always, men, you always got to have one pair of dress shoes, slacks, a dress shirt, and then a suit. So that way you can switch it up. That's true. Women, we always just got to, professional heel is 2 to 3 inches. Stilettos is not really a professional heel to wear to work. So, you can say that for the parties and, or just the other, evening events, holiday events, just the time you can wear that. And I will say she was very professional last night. The heel was perfect. The shoe was perfect. The suit was perfect. The hair was perfect.
Whoa.
Okay. Yes. I'm telling you, she was well put together. I mean, we was representing, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes, we was, and that's what it's all about. And so another thing, just going back to the Sunday event, just want to end with that before we go to the commercial break. Just getting your thoughts on. We had such an excellent speaker.
It really was good.
Oh, the financial expert. I call him my financial expert. Kelvin Harris just do it for me. If you all don't know who he is, Google him, look him up. He always have a network events. Matter of fact, he's going to be doing a virtual one online. I would pass it out, post it, send it out this coming Sunday. But he was here. We was talking about financial wealth. So you all had a chance to even probably think about it more since Sunday. So share your experience about creating this generational wealth. What does that look like for you?
I was going to say the huge thing that he talked about was that life insurance, because there was a few moments he told me where, I had the moment where he was like, it's going to make you mad because you didn't know it. And I was huge on that. I was like, they don't teach you that type of stuff in schools. And so just to know, like, hear what he was saying, I was just like, this is really wild. I did not know you could use these type of tactics to, build wealth. So that life insurance was definitely huge.
But, and one of the things that I got from it, and you're right, when he said that to you, that was big. Because I think a lot of people were kind of mad about that.
I was like,
everybody, you should have seen everybody's eyes or like, what?
But here's my thing. Now, you were talking about it, and, we work together, so you can tell me some of these things.
Right.
But if you have people in your family who know things like this, you need to teach people these things. Just like if you have people in your family and they don't know how to dress professionally when they go to an event that is a professional event, that's something that you can, have a little networking circle and talk about, just like these things. I just think that people, in the Black community, we don't talk about things enough to know about that.
And then definitely, and I'm gonna get your point of view, Netta. Definitely, when he was saying when we get on the life insurance, because let's just be real, in our community, our culture, the Black community, when you talk about life insurance, don't be wishing death on me, girl. I don't want to be talking about that. I don't want to think about that. I don't care if I'm dead. It ain't my worry. Right. But we have to. It's not all as we learn.
Right.
Life insurance is not always about the death part of it all. It can be definitely collateral into the next step or what you want to do. So because as we know, the others and that know about it, they've been taking advantage of it and using it all the time. So we just need to start having these conversations, but we'll know. And that's why even for me, like I say, I'm from the country. That's all we know. And even to the point that even when we get our jobs, don't let that be the only insurance that you have, because when that job ends,
right.
that life insurance policy ends. But when you have that one on your own, it just always work for you. Let it work for you.
Right.
And you all young enough to take advantage of that now. So generational wealth. Netta, what did you get from all this?
So that kind of topic, that's my thing. Like when I read books, when I watch seminars or podcasts or anything, it's more financial stuff. So I was kind of more in tune with it. A lot of stuff I didn't know. But I'm stuck. I don't know, because I learned so much, so I can't really put it into, a few words, but it was definitely a once in a lifetime experience, because I learned some stuff now that I'm gonna take it and
research that too.
I wanted to say this quote real fast. They always say, knowledge is not power, it's applied knowledge that's power. You can know everything in the world, but say
that again. Say that again. No, I want her to say. Go ahead.
Very true. So knowledge is not power, it's applied knowledge that's power. You can know everything in the world, but if you're not doing anything with it, it's useful.
It's useless.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not useful to you. So just applying knowledge that you learn, I think that's important.
Look, she need to read our January issue that's coming out. I tell you, to our team members, and this is just how God work, because we all about vision and purpose around here. And to our team members, when they send in they article, didn't talk to each other. We never talk about what you writing on to the point and the extent of that. And they both used the same quote, and it was similar to what you just said. And did you catch that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So it was just like, okay, wow. I say, but I'm not even, going to tell them. I don't want to change it. I wanted to stay because, that just for me, that just means confirmation.
Right.
Confirmation. Confirmation. So when you out here and you networking and and for me, when I be networking or something like that, or I go to one of these empowerment groups, and then I can be thinking of something, my next big idea, my next big adventure, and then they tap on it, it be like, God put me in this room for a reason. I'm gonna go head on. That go my confirmation. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do it, Marjorie.
That's true.
Then
Very true.
especially with Marjorie, because after we come back from this commercial break, she can give us our inspiration moment, and that's always that moment. So I love that too. I love the fact that every show that we have, we make sure that we recognize where our blessings come from. So we can ready to take this commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to end with our inspirational moment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back at you here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions. We are Baad Ass Us. Yeah, that's right. That's who we are. Baad Ass Us. What? Who are we? We are women. Beautiful, accomplished, and divine. That's right. Baad Welcome back. Here we go again. All right. Welcome back to Baad Ass Us. That's right. That's who we are. Baad Ass Us here on Vision and Purpose Media Production. And guys, I tell you, I cannot believe the time goes so fast. And
Sure does.
we say that every time, Marjorie, right? But I'm telling you, especially with having the young professionals here tonight, and we're going to rebroadcast this because we need to let the world know that, you know what, we have to embrace our time, embrace where it's at, and listen to the voice. Listen to the voices that's coming up behind us. And you all are doing a fine job of representing yourself well tonight and just being your authentic, true self. And I really appreciate that. You know, Netta, I'm calling you baby girl over there. She's like, I'm really shy. So, yeah, I know you soft spoken, but I thank you. Like you said, you're in an uncomfortable position. Sometimes when God wants your attention, he really makes you uncomfortable, you know. So, and I would thank you for pushing past that, you know. You know, she shared off camera that she was like, oh, I'm just behind the scene, but you're doing fine job. And young man over here, come on now, you trying to be a natural at this or what? Look at that. Yeah, look, I like how he holding his hand, or when he's doing one. I said, wait a minute, that's my move right there. And then that over there, and baby voice, but she talking with her hands and giving
And
you
she
this
knows what she's
expression,
talking
though.
about, too.
Yes.
both
So I could tell as it went on, her voice went up, so we can probably hear much clearer now. Yeah. So now, as we always do, we take this time to have our inspirational moment. So the inspirational moment with Marjorie Militant.
Okay, let's see how this ties in.
Hmm.
So the title of the topic is You Are Faithful. And it comes from Psalm 37, 3 through 5. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And so my points are that if we trust in him for whatever is for you, he is faithful. If we invest daily in doing the things that he wants us to do, he is faithful. If we treat people as he treats us, he is faithful. And lastly, if we trust in him to be there, whether things are simple or they're difficult, he is faithful. So he's always faithful. And, you know, whatever you dream, he's dreaming those same things for you. So because he does, if we do all of those things, they will come to pass.
I love it. I always love this moment, Marjorie. And then we always say, again, this is something we don't discuss. Marjorie send it in. I put it up on the storyboard after I get it together. And it just so refreshing how it all ties in to everything we talked about, because in your purpose and young professionals, as y'all growing your career, you have to believe and be faithful, like I'm seeing you being faithful to this walk or launching this new company. I see you being faithful to making sure that you are here supporting him and making sure it happened, and taking taking the step back and saying, hey, I'm the behind the scene person. That's why I wanted to say, the behind the scene person are the ones who really get the job done for us. For the ones that out front, it helps us look good. It helps us look great because no one person can do it all by themselves. As they say, God say when 2 or 3 come together in the midst of it and keep me in the midst of it, in the midst of my name, then, hey, it should be blessed, So, and we got to remember that. So I'm just liking that part of it. And then, and also in your authentic self, I'd heard you even speak of, you thankful to God. So I like the fact that we are all making sure that we speak about where our,
in one accord.
Yes. And nothing else, where our blessings lies, because that's something else they taken out of school. We can't say God, we can't pray, we can't, be thankful about where our blessing come because we starting to be in such a cocky world that we think this is a given. It's not a given. This is a blessing. Everything is a blessing of what we have, our talent, our skill set. Like you said, God already know our what He faithfully going to have us to do before we even know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just want to just take this moment and do something unorthodox because it's all about the young professionals. So I want my two young professionals. You're gonna hear voices coming from the back. You all been tuning in on the conversation. So Anthony, I'll go with you first since you the oldest of the young professional of the two back there. So you nephew Tommy and you showing baby nephew back there what to do. So so Anthony, what you think about the conversation we had tonight? Being a young professional, what do that look like for you today?
Uh, for me today, it would have to look like somebody, well, not just somebody, just any young person pretty much. They got a dream or like a goal they got in mind for themselves and a plan pretty much, and they know what to do with it. They know they cherish it. They promote it no matter how big or small it is and everything. So yeah, just a young professional is pretty much just on the grind.
Oh yes, and that is so true. I'm glad you said that. The young professionals, they sometimes I'm telling you, I ain't gonna tell like y'all grinding just as hard as we are, or not harder,
Right.
and I like that. And so young professional, Jaden back there, Prince George's Community College, and matter of fact, the communication broadcasting is his thing. So so Jaden, what you want to say as a young professional? What should we know about a young professional today?
A young professional today, they're like someone who like really works towards their goals, and it can really be anything, any field, but like they know what they want to achieve, and they put themselves not only in the best situation but in the best light so that they're able to achieve their dreams.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So we are definitely, guys, is just going around just having this inspirational moment as well. So I'm gonna come. So you giving the mic. We switching up mics. They saying they still can't hear. That's okay. So we gonna no. Just hold it. Just
Okay.
hold it. Yeah. So I'm gonna come with you. So what about your the inspirational moment? How does the faith play a big part of who you are?
Just so I know tattoos are a new generation thing.
Still hold the mic up there. Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Tattoos are a new generational thing. So I actually have a tattoo that has a cross and it says faith on it. So I'm very firm in having faith and just believing that the things that you don't see, that's not impossible to reach them. You just have to keep your faith and push for it.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
So So if you could just share your quote that you gave us earlier.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So share that again one more time.
So my quote is, knowledge is not power, it's applied knowledge, that's power. You can know everything in the world, but if you're not doing anything with what you know, it's useless.
Oh yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
So do that make you just stay focused? How do that help you to stay focused?
So I'm good with, I'm very organized. I know what I want to do, and I'll do the research to get to where I want to be, but then I'll stop. And so knowing that applying the knowledge is what's going to get me farther, it's motivating. So.
Yes. And I'm gonna say, what about the inspirational moment? How's your faith base? How important it is to you.
It's basically ties into what she was saying. Another quote is faith without works is
Is dead.
So same type of thing where we huge on that. You gotta get out there and you gotta do. Some people they think this is huge for me. I realize this. You can pray, but if you sit there, you can pray for what you want. But if you sit there and you just don't do anything, it's not. You gotta actually go out there. You gotta do stuff. You gotta go grind. You gotta get towards what you're trying to get. So that's something I think this year has struck me huge, especially with this whole business. I would have never thought to do nothing like this ever before. So this started in January and now we're here. So I feel like that's definitely huge.
Yes, this is great. So, guys in the back, the faith base. What's your inspirational moment? What keeps you going?
For me, it would have to be my family. They're the biggest support group that I have, pretty much at
Right.
this point.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they pretty much if I got a vision and a dream, pretty much they'll support me with it. It might not be the right one, but they're gonna be there to guide me through it.
No, and I love that everybody here just said that about their family. Jaden, so what is it for you? What is that one thing that keeps you inspired? What is your faith base like?
Something that just keeps me inspired. That's a good question. Um, I don't know, just seeing progress in my life. I think that's the it's hard for me at least to continue going if I'm not seeing real progress. But as long as I'm seeing improvement, is really that motivation that really pushes me to go to another step.
Great, great. I love this. So that was 21 talking, 24. We got 25 and 23.
Yep.
Marjorie, impressive. Impressive. That's all I can say, impressive. So if you like the show tonight, please let us know. You can email us. You can go on our website, visit us on the website, and that is VMP Media Productions. You can go right to our website and just email us and send it in. Let these guys' voice be heard. I'm saying I'm voting yay for a young professional show. What you voting, Marjorie? Okay, what's your vote?
I'm gonna say yes.
What's your vote? Absolutely. All right. What's y'all vote back there? Okay, they saying thumbs up and telling me wrap it up. I like that. He did like this and this all at the same time. See, I always telling all the behind the scenes stuff, right? It never stay behind the scene if I'm here. Yes. Okay, guys, we see you next week. Until next time, you know what we say. Stay in your vision, stay in your purpose, and God bless. Bye-bye.